Here's the thing. All the analysts, not all the analysts, many of the analysts worried about these 10R sales.
Bear in mind, when I looked at the analysts' recommendations at Apple at the top of the market, there were 49 buyers and 1 holder.
That's right.
Okay, no sellers.
And that means incredible upside. I think is about 30% upside for this stock here. I mean, the message we're hearing is continue to buy this dip from Apple, from analysts at least. And it remains to be seen if the bounce back will happen in the next quarter. There's a lot of concern over the sales for this 10R phone, which is the lower priced smartphone that Apple revealed in October. We haven't seen any sales figures yet, but we've seen a lot of production cuts.
Are we going to see any more?
Well,
are we done on the sales figures?
We know we're not going to be breaking down those iPhone
Because let's be honest,
anymore.
Apple saw this coming, and the market, and at the time, you said, we said, everyone said, if they're not breaking down the numbers, they're not doing it for a reason, yeah? So the point is, Apple knew this was coming, this storm was coming, when they took away their production figures, yeah?
It certainly sounds like that could have been a reason for that decision. Now, of course, Apple is not saying that. We do have numbers on overall smartphone share in the global market, and it's important to know that Apple is third. So Samsung holds a solid #1 spot with 21% of market share. Huawei is second at about 16%, and Apple has 12%. So if users in China aren't into this iPhone XR, which is what Goldman is saying is the problem, you know, there could be bigger concerns.
So Apple has some issues, and there is clearly a question mark about the transparency of reporting around the iPhone sales now. But Facebook also has some issues here. Can we talk a little bit about Mr. Zuckerberg?
Yes, so transparency being a crucial word when we're talking about Facebook. We saw that bombshell New York Times report last week, with all sorts of concerns at the top of Facebook's management levels when it comes to dealing with the crisis with its management of fake news and disinformation. Now, Mark Zuckerberg went on CNN last night, and he came out in full support of Sheryl Sandberg, which, of course, there have been rumors circulating about her future at the company since this report came out. Zuckerberg said she is a really important part of this company. He hopes that they can work together for decades to come. So, looking like he's standing by Sheryl Sandberg for now.
What is the key issue with this company at the moment? Is it the fact that the market is still questioning the viability of the long-term business model because they're starting to notice people are cancelling their Facebook accounts, or is it really to do with the management team at this point and whether Zuckerberg and Sandberg are the right managers to carry the business forward?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's concern that Zuckerberg and Sandberg, after this report came out, aren't understanding the challenges that Facebook is facing, particularly when it comes to that digital ad revenue that we've been talking about, which is such an important part of business for not just Facebook, but so many of these internet companies.
That's a question that you probably can't answer, because no one can. Is the market selling off on these names, on individual stories, or is it selling off because they all had all of these stocks and now they're bailing out as a group? Yeah,
we've heard a lot about that. We've seen ETFs now that group these stocks together, so that is one reason to say, okay, if everyone's selling out of Facebook, if you're grouping them with the FAANGs, all of the FAANGs are going to go down at once. It seems that with Apple, with Facebook, these are individual stories. It's not quite enough yet to say that it's a full-blown tech story.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.